Welcome to our channel, Quran Story Times.
A long time ago, there lived a man in Nineveh. He went by the name Jonah, or as we know him, Yunus. Additionally, he was a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes to convey a particular message to the people, He sends prophets. He sent the Prophet Yunus to spread the word of Allah. But the Prophet Yunus was not heard by the people. They laughed at him. So the Prophet Yunus left Nineveh after getting upset with these people. He went to the shore. A ship was ready to set sail. He leaped onto the ship without second thought. The ship was out in the open ocean. All of a sudden, the light went out and a fierce wind picked up. An incredible storm banged the ship back and forth. Both passengers and sailors became frightened. The Prophet Yunus was taken by them and thrown overboard. Yunus the Prophet attempted to swim, but he was gobbled by a large whale. Soon, he was inside of its enormous gut. Terrified, he thought of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. "There is no God but you," he prayed. "Praise be to you, I made a mistake." And he realized that he hadn't done what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had commanded of him, and he shouldn't have fled from his people. His prayer was heard by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gave the fish instructions to bring the Prophet Yunus to land. He was soon standing on the sandy beach. On the beach, the Prophet Yunus took a nap. He took a sip of water from the spring. He consumed juicy fruit off of a tree, and he then went back to his hometown. Around the Prophet Yunus, many gathered. Aware of the day of judgment, he summoned them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And something extremely unexpected occurred. The Prophet Yunus was listened to by all. They all began to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes victory possible for us. However, He doesn't like it when we quit a task halfway. We can do all of the tasks with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's assistance. There are two things to learn from the Prophet Yunus' story. First and foremost, it is every Muslim's major responsibility to spread the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to others. We will be found guilty of failing to complete the mission that Allah has assigned us if we disobey this duty and turn into hopeless people, as the Prophet Yunus once did.
If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload.